The most historical franchise in NBA history, the Los Angeles Lakers, are in trouble right now. But it might be okay because luckily they have the best basketball player to ever grace planet Earth on their team, LeBron James. The Lakers are one of the most interesting teams this season. You can kind of say that for every season. The Lakers obviously have probably the biggest fan base in the NBA. And right now they are the 10th seed. I was going to say hanging on by a thread, but they're not because the Jazz are well below them. So we kind of know the 10 teams that are going to be in the playoffs and the play-in. The Lakers, though, looking like they might be that 10th seed. We're going to talk about why in a second, but them and the Warriors have kind of just been flip-flopping back and forth. And I do have reason to believe that the Lakers will be the 10th seed when the play-in starts. And I'm going to explain why. Just because the Lakers are the 10 seed doesn't mean that their season is over. Everyone assumes if you're in the play-in, especially if you're at the bottom, it's not looking good. I mean, yeah, it's better if they're a top 6 seed, but I don't think it's absolutely over for the Lakers. The main reason that I think the Lakers are in big trouble is because if we look at the rest of their schedule, the Lakers actually have the 4th toughest schedule remaining. The only 3 teams that have a harder schedule is the Suns, the Jazz, and the Bucks. To be honest, I just found this out. I knew they had a really tough schedule to finish off the year. I honestly thought they'd be like 1-4, still pretty bad for them. They have the Timberwolves twice. You guys can see it's very small. Maybe you can't see, but they play the Timberwolves twice, the Thunder once, the Nuggets once, and let's be honest, if the Lakers are going to make the playoffs, that's going to be probably one of the teams that they run into in the first round. So we'll talk about that, in a second. But they also play the Cavs once, the Bucks twice, and the Pelicans once. And if we go to the bottom here, you guys can see the Warriors, 23rd hardest. So one of the easiest schedules remaining. That's why as a Warriors fan myself, I was telling people, don't freak out. It looks bad, but the Warriors for the first half of the season had one of the hardest schedules in the NBA. Now they're 13-3 in their last 16 games. They have a very easy schedule coming up. So I think the Warriors are going to be, top 9 seeds. And that's why I think the Lakers are going to be that 10th seed. Is it for sure? No, it's not. But take a look at the strength schedule. It's not good. Maybe the Suns fall. They have the hardest schedule remaining. But it's just not looking great for the Lakers coming up. They have a game against Denver, OKC, the Kings, the Bucks, the Timberwolves, the Kings again, then the Warriors. Then they get somewhat of an easy game. For them, it's one of the easiest games left. They have the Hawks, we have the Sixers, 2 games against the Pacers, the Bucks, Grizzlies. You got to win that. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that. And they also play the Grizzlies twice here at the bottom. I can't scroll anymore, but the second to last game, they play the Grizzlies again. So it's tough. It's looking really tough for the Lakers. Luckily, again, they should have the 10th seed because the Jazz are like 6 games behind them. Also, I want to talk about this Wizards game for a second because I didn't make a whole video on it and I almost did. Didn't really feel like the Lakers should have won this game. Like Jordan Poole was going off all game, 34 points. Then it gets to the end of the game. They let Jordan Poole try and end them. I thought, probably give the ball to Kuzma. I thought he was playing better. I just would rather the ball in his hands. Jordan Poole shoots like an air ball that goes to overtime, right? Jordan Poole in overtime, I don't know the stats. It was like 2 days ago now, but he turned the ball over once, missed 3 times. He was terrible. Jordan Poole shit his pants with the game on the line in a game that I thought the Wizards were going to win. So the Lakers sneak out a win against one of the worst teams in the NBA, the Wizards, and that was a much needed win. When you got this type of schedule coming up and you're in a hell game against the Wizards, that is not a good sign. They did beat the Clippers right before that and lost to the Suns, but I mean, this is going to be tough coming up. What do y'all think? Especially, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, their next 7 games. In the comments below, what record do you guys think they're going to have? And maybe you're seeing this after they played some of these teams, but I'll say, it's going to be tough. I'll give them 3-4 somehow. 3-4 somehow. They do have a lot of home games. There's only 1 away game, March 13th against the Kings. I'm going to say 3-4 in this next 7-game stretch for them. If you guys have been watching the videos, or maybe this is the first one you've watched of mine, make sure to go down below and make sure you're subscribed because we just hit 1.4K. So thank you to all of y'all that are already subbed. We're on the road to 2K subs, so sub up. But before we get into the Lakers and their playoff outlook, because again, I think they're going to be in the play-in. Do they have a top 6 spot secured? No, and they're not going to. They're going to be in the play-in. I'm 95% sure of that. we're going to talk about what I think is going to happen in that play-in. Are they done? Are they getting, you know, in that 9-10 matchup? Are they eliminated? We'll talk about all that. But first, I want to look at some of the stats. LeBron and AD, you know what they're going to do. As long as they're healthy, you got the two studs, LeBron, AD. We don't really got to worry about that. But D'Lo has been on an absolute tear lately. We'll talk about it more in a second. Austin Reeves, a guy that when I talked about the Lakers 2 weeks ago, I said he is a huge piece to this Lakers team because you got the stars. You got the stars on every team. LeBron and AD with the Lakers. You know, the Timberwolves have Anthony Edwards and Cat. The Thunder have SGA. You go to out east, you got Tatum and Brown. You go to the Bucks, you got Giannis and Dame. We know all the teams have the stars. But what really matters is these role players, the rest of the team, right? Obviously, the stars got to perform, but Austin Reeves is going to be a huge piece to this team, and also Rui. Rui's going to have to, you know, supply some production, but Austin Reeves is a huge piece, and D'Lo's going to have to keep hooping how he's been hooping because I swear, every time that I turn on a Lakers game, what happens? D'Lo's hitting a three. How many threes? Like, bro, how many threes? He takes 6.6 a game. You guys, it's not even on the screen, but 6.6 a game, 42% from three. D'Lo's been going crazy. I think he's averaging 20 this month, and last month he averaged like 23 points per game. I mean, just look at the game log. Like, he's going crazy. This month he's shooting 42.5% from three. Last month he shot 46% from three, averaging about 23 points per game. If the Lakers are gonna go anywhere, obviously LeBron and AD gotta do their thing. But D'Lo, he's got to keep hooping. And honestly, it's almost like since the trade rumors were going around, they were swirling or whatever near the trade deadline, it turned D'Lo up because he was not playing like this to start the season. Pre-deadline, maybe even a little earlier than that. I'll go January. Actually, no, not January. 2023. Ever since the new year. I don't know if he made a resolution or what happened, but D'Lo's been going crazy since the new year, pretty much since people were kind of expecting him to be traded. So maybe that motivated him a little bit. I don't know. Y'all really think that we were going to talk about an NBA team on this channel and not look at the advanced stats, the offensive and defensive rating? Where are the Lakers? So you guys can tell they're not in the top 14. So we're gonna have to scroll a little bit to find them. And they are 18th in offensive rating. So that is obviously not great. Again, what we look for with offensive and defensive rating, just a stat that kind of is in common with a bunch of teams that go far in the playoffs, make it to the finals, is top 10 in both of these stats. So what were they in offensive rating? They're 18th. In defensive rating, they are 17th. So not good. Not good on, well, I guess they're good on both sides of the ball. Not great. Not great offensively or defensively. And if we look at their combined net rating, they are 19th in the NBA with a negative net rating. So I believe they're probably they're the only team out west with a negative net rating. So how are the Lakers gonna fare in the play-in and the playoffs? Do they even make it to the playoffs? So as we've said earlier, they are going to be the 10 seed more than likely, unless they defy the odds and just go on a tear against all of these really good teams. Then, I mean, if they did that, they would truly be title contenders. If they go on a tear against, you know, the Bucks, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, the Nuggets, all these teams they got coming up, that would be alarming. That would be, they'd put the NBA really on notice. So if you're a Lakers fan, that's something I'm looking for. But let's be realistic. They have a tough schedule. They are probably going to be the 10 seed. Maybe they go up 9-8, but I don't see them snagging a top 6 spot. So they're going to be in the play-in. And so for this scenario, let's just say the Lakers are the 10 seed. So what's going to happen? They're in an elimination game against the 9 seed. Again, I think the Warriors are red hot right now, 13-3 in the last 16. Easy schedule. I think the Warriors could go up to this 8-7 game. And so I'm going to say the Warriors get in the 8-7 game or whatever. Let's just, that's just what I'm going to say. So Lakers are going to be in the play-in against, I'm going to say the Kings. I think the Mavs go up. I think the Mavs could potentially get a top 6 spot. The Kings are a team that I think will be in the play-in. Also possibly the Suns, the Pelicans, and I guess the Warriors. So against those teams, I like the Lakers. In a 1-game series, you guys know the NBA, the ratings, the revenue, all that matters. Are the Lakers going to get a few extra calls to get them into the playoffs? Probably, possibly. We'll have to see. But, and you still got LeBron, AD, like I don't know. Give me the Lakers. Obviously, we're gonna have to see what happens. That's still, what is it, a month and like 2 weeks away. So a lot can change, but I do think the Lakers make the playoffs. I do. They're gonna have to win 2 games in the play-in, but I think they're very capable of that. I trust LeBron. He's been there. How many times he's been in the playoffs? Probably 17 seasons, maybe 18. I don't even know. I'm gonna say 17 if I really had to put a number on it, but give me the Lakers in the play-in. I think they do get a spot inside the top 8, but what does that mean? They're gonna be the 8 seed most likely. They are more than likely going to be the 8 seed. So who are they gonna play in the first round? Well, it's either gonna be Minnesota, Oklahoma City, or Denver. Unless the Clippers make a crazy jump or one of these teams goes, I mean, let's just keep it realistic. It's gonna be one of these 3. And if I'm a Lakers fan, the team that I want is the OKC Thunder. And the reason, you got LeBron, you got AD, you got this physicality, you got this paint pressure, whatever you want to call it. OKC, I feel like, is the weakest in, you know, the paint defense department. You got Chet Holmgren, who he gets a lot of blocks. Is he physical? Is he huge? Not really. You know what I'm saying? That's down the line in his career. He'll probably add muscle. Who knows? But the other teams, you got Depoy on the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's probably going to win Depoy again. You also got Cat. They're a big team. They match up well against the Lakers. And I say I'd probably have the Timberwolves winning it, but the Lakers, honestly, there aren't many teams that I think are scarier in the playoffs this year than the Lakers. The only teams I'll say are scarier, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, the Nuggets, and the Clippers. In a 7-game series, like as a team, if I'm just, I don't even know, just make up a team. If I look at my schedule and I see Kings compared to the Lakers, give me the Kings. Like, I'd much rather play the Kings. They don't have LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Give me the Kings. Give me the Pelicans. I'd much rather see the Pelicans than the Lakers. And maybe that's just me. That's what this channel is about. It's my opinions. Y'all let me know your opinions in the comments. Y'all know I reply to every single comment. I like to have a conversation down there. But I do think the Lakers are really a scary team in the playoffs. Against the Timberwolves, though, you gotta hope that series is probably gonna go 7 or 6, but I don't like that for them. The Nuggets, we saw what happened last year. I don't like that either for the Lakers. So you better hope, if you're a Lakers fan, that the Thunder take this first seed, because if they do, that would be, because if the Lakers beat the Thunder 8-1 upset, right, then they would play, I think, 4-5. So that would be, as of right now, Clippers Suns. Winner of that, the Lakers could go back to the Western Conference Finals to play like the Nuggets or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the Thunder really get this 1 seed, that could be huge for the Lakers. And it doesn't really make much sense right now, like saying that, like, wouldn't that be huge for the Thunder? No, like, bro, for the Lakers, or even, I mean, we're not talking about the Warriors, but any of these playing teams, for most of them, I'd want to play the Thunder. So, I mean, that could be huge for the Lakers if the Thunder snag that 1 seed. If you guys haven't seen, I've been doing tier lists on this channel for the best point guards, the best shooting guards. I'm going to do the rest of the positions soon. So make sure to check out this video, sub up if you guys haven't, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.